fantasy revenge lab.
He thought firing me would secure his throne, but I wasn't just an employee, I was the architect of his empire, and now I'd be its demolition crew. Liam Foster didn't even look up from his phone when I stepped into the boardroom. Typical. For 5 years, I'd been the engine behind every major decision this company made. Not the face he made sure of that, but the strategist, the operator, the fixer, the one who turned his wild ideas into scalable reality. And now I was being dismissed like an intern. "Take a seat, Ava," he said casually. I stayed standing. "You're letting me go," I said flatly. He glanced up, almost surprised. "We're restructuring. And honestly, ops has gotten too bloated. You've done great work, but we're moving fast now." There it was. Fast. Corporate code for sloppy. I'd already heard whispers. He'd brought in a flashy C-suite consultant, someone with a disruptor mindset. What Liam really wanted was yes men. I was never that. "Was it the Tokyo contract?" I asked. "Or the R&D veto?" He hesitated. "This isn't personal." Which meant it was personal. My name was off the internal org chart before I'd even walked out of the room. No farewell party. No severance. Just a cold, clean break. But Liam forgot one thing. I built the damn empire. I didn't rage. I didn't cry. I spent the next 2 weeks doing nothing. Visibly. But beneath the surface, I was laying the groundwork for something far more deliberate. The company, Liam's company, had 3 fatal weaknesses. 1. Over-reliance on outsourced labor. 2. Weak client retention policies. 3. A brittle tech infrastructure that only I fully understood. And worse, Liam's ego made him blind to all of it. So I got to work. I started my own consultancy, Clarke & Co. I had no office, just a laptop and a list of names. Vendors, freelancers, and mid-tier managers I had trained, mentored, or quietly saved over the years. They trusted me, not the brand. And I offered them something better: stability, fair pay, and leadership that listened. By the end of month 1, I had signed 3 of their major external vendors, including the firm that handled their real-time analytics dashboard, which meant when they needed real-time insights, their dashboard was suddenly blank. Liam's empire had just blinked, and I was just getting started. It was still running on custom frameworks I had designed patched together by third-party tools. And after I left, they started updating things without reading the documentation I wrote. Worse, they cut the QA team I trained, so when their quarterly product launch went live, it crashed. Not just the new product, their entire site. API calls looped, servers overloaded, the payment gateway stalled. Some users were double charged. Others got locked out completely. It wasn't hacking. It wasn't sabotage. It was what happens when you fire the only person who knew how your foundation worked. That failure cost them $2.6 million in refunds and 1 massive lawsuit from a financial client. And where did the media go for answers? To me. I declined the first few interviews, then accepted one. Headline: "The woman behind the empire, dear, and the one who walked away." I didn't badmouth Liam. I just told the truth. The systems, the structures, the strategy, that was me. And they let it go because one man's ego couldn't handle a woman outshining him. By month 6, Liam was removed by the board. Not in scandal. In silence. By month 2, Clarke & Co. had momentum. Liam had problems. 2 of his biggest clients reached out to me quietly. They weren't just curious, they were frustrated. The personal service I used to give them had vanished the second I left. What used to take 1 call now took 5 layers of escalation. I didn't pitch to them. I just listened. Within 3 weeks, both jumped ship. One of them had a $12 million contract with Reedwell Pharmaceuticals. That wasn't just a client loss, it was a board-level crisis. Liam responded exactly how I expected. More consultants, more panic, more overpromises. And then he made his second fatal mistake. He tried to publicly discredit me. A quiet op-ed showed up in Tech Leaders Monthly, praising aggressive innovation over legacy operations. It didn't name me, but anyone who knew the company could read between the lines. So I decided it was time for the final phase: break the system publicly. Remember that fragile infrastructure? The empire still had its name, but it was hollowed out. They tried to rebuild, but clients didn't trust them. Vendors refused short-term deals, and the staff turnover was a revolving door. As for me, Clarke & Co. grew fast but quietly. I took only the clients who valued integrity and people over buzzwords and boardroom ego. Liam tried to call me once. No apology, just desperation. We could use someone like you again, he said. I paused. Then I replied calm and final. You already had me. You fired me.